Hi, this is DJ Tina, host of HMTV Canada E-Zine. On the phone with me today is Daryl from Automan. Hi Daryl, congratulations on the release of your debut album, Pocket Change.
Hello, thank you very much, Tina.
Damn, that song I'm addicted to is Driving, Rockin' and Lovin', because it's the type of song I would crank up loud in my race car going down the street.
Ah, there you go. Oh, I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy to hear that you gravitated towards that track. I haven't really talked to anybody about that yet, so you're going to be the first that I talked to. So actually about these tracks as far as in depth of the writing of it and all that. But that Drivin' Rockin' tune, it's got such a spirited vibe to it due to it was a real trip that I took to Vancouver, actually. I went on this little wakeboarding trip. I'm not a wakeboarder, but I got introduced to it by some friends and whatnot that live in Vancouver, and I went on a little 3-day getaway kind of weekend to Vancouver about a year and a half ago, and ended up on this boat going out to Indian Arm, which is a beautiful fjord kind of deal outside of Vancouver, and it's all in that song. The song is one of those songs that's a true story. It's not like a fantasy made-up thing. It's actually a party weekend that I had went on this wakeboarding trip. Started in this car, vintage orange Camaro car. It's all true, the whole story.
Awesome.
And got a ride down to the pier. We got on this Malibu boat, hardcore wakeboard, beautiful speedboat. And we went out for a couple of days out into Indian Arm, into this fjord, and wakeboarded and just partied. And that was, I had just a wonderful time, man. It was so wonderful that I wrote a song about it. So that's where Drivin' Rockin' Lovin' came from.
Now, would that be your Camaro we're talking about?
It actually wasn't my Camaro.
Oh.
No, and you know, this is why songwriting can be very. Songwriting's cool because you're telling a story, but most people might put their own selves in the story. You know, but it wasn't. It was a friend of mine's car.
Okay.
You know, I took it for a spin. So that part was true. But yeah, I had to write the song about the car too, because the car was a vintage orange Camaro with the white stripes, and it was done up. It's a '67. It's a show car, right?
Oh.
They show the car in different car shows and whatnot. So that's pretty well all I got to tell you about that track.
I'd like to take that track, Drivin', Rockin', Lovin' in my '89 Camaro and drive it down the street and crank it.
Aha! So we're talking to a car lover here. No wonder you love that car. Got a lot of feedback on that song due to that. So I mean, that it is true. This guy's car out in Vancouver is one of the top. Yeah, it's the only one I know of out in that area that it gets shown at different shows in Vegas and whatnot. It's actually takes it out to some of these shows. It's so vintage, so it's like '67, whatever it was. You know, orange, you know, standard, real Hot Wheel. It looks like a Hot Wheel, right?
We take ours down to the races.
There you go.
It's more suited for that because it's got a blower on it, and the engine's been rebuilt, and it's got nitrous in it, and it's got a PLC I designed for it, so it controls the amount of nitrous going to the engine.
Very nice.
Thank you.
That a girl. Anyway, that's that song. So that's not released to radio at this point, but I think down the road it will be. And you know, we have some big plans for there's you know, I don't want to sound like I'm going off on how positive I am about this record, but I have to be, because I really believe that there's like 5 singles on this record. Like I really see 5 videos and 5 tracks out of these 8 going to radio and going to be worked out there. And
I can see the one track in a video in my mind. Like, when is that going to come out?
How easy would that be, right? To shoot that video. Well, we'd get all the right cars and whatnot for it. I'm not sure, because that track isn't going to be one of the the few singles that are the singles that are coming out. Well, Back in the Sun's already started to be worked, and then it'll be followed by another 3 before Drivin' Rockin', you know? Yeah. So it's kind of all, there's a plan in place for how the flow of the record will go. So I can't give you a date on when you'll be seeing that on video, but I'll tell you right now, you will see it. It'll probably be sometime in 2009. Probably the summer, you know. Releasing a track like that next summer would be good. After the other 3 tracks have already been out or whatever. But But yeah, I see that coming out like maybe August, maybe July next year, 2009.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Sweet. I can't wait to see it.
Mm-hmm.
How have CD sales been since the release of Pocket Chains, with great tracks like Back in the Sun, Diggin' Deep, Cinnamon Rain, and Drivin', Rockin' Lovin'? I think they would be hitting the rooftop currently.
Okay, well, this is a cool question, because now that I'm kind of running my own career as opposed to when I was in the Killer Dwarfs, we were signed worldwide to Epic Records, and they were really running my career with my manager and whatnot. Times have changed, as we know, from a decade ago or more, and things are a lot different now with the internet and everything. And what I've done is I have started my own record label, which is very easy to do these days, and I started my label called Uncle Dunk Records, which is UNKLEDUNK, Uncle Dunk. You know, I'm Dunk, Duncan Doohickey. I'm Dunk. And it's UncleDunkRecords.com and online. That's my label. And I started laughing about that. I know we talked about it off air. Now everything's on my shoulders basically now with my management company and whatnot. And this is a real challenge, man. I mean, this is a lot of work to run your own label and all that. It's not like a walk in the park. I have a lot more respect for companies like Epic Records and different record labels I've been signed to over the years. I mean, I used to sit back and enjoy the ride a little more than I do now. It's a lot more business work for me now, but that's where I'm at this stage in my career. I'm really enjoying it. So, to make a long story short, the label is just about to sign a distribution deal. Now, I don't want to get into the politics of music long-winded, because it does take time to talk about this, but distribution really is what it's all about in this day and age. A distribution deal is like a record deal. Like these Warner Brothers and these big labels are really distribution houses now. They don't really develop artists anymore. They don't buy artists' clothes and amplifiers. That was in the day. They're not doing that now. They're not developing artists like they used to. So they're grabbing artists that have been on smaller labels that already sold 100,000 records and putting them out on their next record. So my point to you is that Pocket Change is not officially released. I released it on 3 websites to start in the end of July, early August. It's on Automan.ca, www.automan.ca, UncleDunkRecords.com, and that's it. Actually, 2 sites, and then there's actually a link on MySpace. You can buy the record too. So I just got to jump on sales before the distribution company will take over, get it to download, and put it out worldwide in retail. That's where we're at right now. This all should be in place. We have contracts, and we're ready to go with it. I figure distribution before Christmas, the record will officially be released. So I was just getting a jump on it because I financed this record. I had some good people work on it with me. Greg Looper from Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers mixed it, and it was mastered at Sterling Sound in New York by Justin Sturtz. And this is expensive stuff. So the record is an expensive record. The production, when you listen to it, it shows when you listen to it. The production's rich on it. So it cost me a few bucks.
I believe it. So after your goals of signing a distribution deal, are you looking at getting endorsed by various manufacturing companies in the music business?
Well, I'm endorsed by Sennheiser microphones and Sabian cymbals outright for my drummer and myself. And Sennheiser's work has been a big thing for me.
Have you had the chance to tour with your current badass lineup with Adrian Caven on drums, John Fenton bass, guitars and vocals, Carleton Alexander Lockhart guitars, and yourself, Daryl Dwarf Miller on lead vocals? And when can we expect to see a killer show from Automan?
Well, we've been out. We've actually played many shows over the last couple of years, but they've been selective. We haven't been on any major tours yet. It was really just a work in progress to get the band to this stage, to get this debut out. We have an EP out now that came out 2 years ago. It's called Test Drive x5 / Automotive. I put it out as a calling card, kind of, and it's a double CD DVD pack. It's actually in stores at HMV in Canada, and it's at download. But I don't classify it as our official debut release because, like I said, it was really more of a calling card. I didn't have the band in place even when we tracked it, so the EP was tracked by Carlton and myself. I played drums on it and sang on it, and Carlton played bass and guitars on that EP, which is kind of cool. So I look at that now as kind of a jewel. You know, that'll go down in history kind of later on after we've done 2-3 albums from now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was the start of Automan. It was really just Carlton and I, and then we brought in Johnny and Adrian, and now the band is for real, right? So this debut thing, that's why I say it's our debuts. It's our first full-length record, which everybody played on. Adrian played drums on it, did a fine job, and I just love this band. That's all I can tell you. I just love this band, and I will tour, but it's not going to happen right away.
Okay.
You know, things are in the works that way. I'm hoping that we are going to be lucky enough after this starts to go to radio and starts getting out there a little more that we will get thrown on as an opening act on a real tour.
Okay.
I call it. Could be a theater tour. It might even be an arena tour, but that's in the works right now. So I don't have plans to play clubs per se in the Toronto area. I've kind of done that already with this band. I actually don't think I'm going to play in Toronto again. I might be out. You're out in the Kitchener, Cambridge area. Is that where you live?
That's right.
Yeah, you know, I'm hoping that we will get out and maybe do some stuff outside of the Toronto area. You could see us out that way. Like, there's things being offered, right? I mean, offers start coming in after a record comes out for a band, if it starts making some noise and taking off. And this needs a little time, you know, because you're getting me in this interview. It's going to be a podcast. It's kind of cool, because then you hear the interview a year later, and you're going, wow, man, I already know about this. But, you know, you're getting me at a good time in this interview right now, because the record sort of isn't really released. Mm-hmm. Like, for real. It's out, like I said, but it's only available on 2 sites on the internet. But we're not on tour, so we're not even playing. So
okay.
That's my point to you. We're not really playing anywhere right now until this is officially released by the distribution company that I just don't want to name right now, because like I said, we actually are at the stage of where a lawyer has a contract right now reading it. Okay. So that's where we're at with the distribution. It will happen. I'm sure it'll be done in the next few weeks. But it's just on the table right now. Mm-hmm. And I'm happy with what I'm hearing. What I'm hearing right now, it seems all up and up, and we're gonna have a good one with it.
Pocket Change songs tracks are kick-ass, and they lend themselves to different beats and sounds. I can imagine seeing music videos from these great tracks when I hear them. Mm-hmm. And the blues sounds are firmly planted in your song track Cinnamon Rain, which offers some really mean guitar riffs. Mm-hmm. What inspires Automan to come up with the kick-ass lyrics in their songs to create imagery and feel what you're singing about and bring that out in emotion?
What the deal is with us is Carlton and I, like I said, Carlton Lockhart and I started this band from the ground up before there was a band in place. It was really just the two of us. We were almost very much like a Steely Dan, almost like with just the two writers. And we have a writing partnership full on. So we write all the material, and we write in kind of our own unique way. Sometimes, you know, every writing team, such as whether it's Page or Plant or Joe Perry and Tyler, I mean, everybody has their own shtick, I'm sure, of how they get along or don't get along, you know, as far as writing goes. Because it is a very complicated, you know, task to write songs. It's not like just an easy thing, you know, it's art. It is art at the end of the day. So we seem to effortlessly write together. Sometimes we write complete compositions and bring them to each other, sit down in a writing session, and really just kind of put each other's kind of twist to the track. So some of the songs may have been written by me in whole. Some of them may have been written by Carlton in whole. We don't really divulge that. It's just all songs are written by Daryl Dwarf Miller, Carlton Lockhart. That's what we do. So I'm not going to pick out all the songs and go, oh, well, I wrote that, he wrote that. We really are a partnership in the writing. And lyrically is the same thing. You know, some of the songs are more something Carlton went through. Some of them are more I went through. You know, and that's it. That's the breakdown of how Automan's songs are written.
Can we request Automan's music on any internet radio stations or mainstream radio stations right now?
We've been working that real hard right now, and as of right now, man, there's a lot of them, but some of the people that have been on board with us from the beginning has been a station out of Boston called Stickman Radio, Internet. JFL Radio is playing Automan right now, .com. thevaultofmetal.com radio. I'm on at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, so on thevaultofmetal.com. It's out of Indiana. And it's just, let's see, who else? In our area, Y108. You could request it there, which is a FM radio. We were just on their indie show, Get Hammered, and I believe they will be adding the track. So yeah, if you want to call up Y108 or go to y108.ca, that's out of Hamilton. That's close to you.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and then there's Canada Rocks out of Detroit, Michigan, Windsor area, Chatham. What's their handles? They're FM too, but you go to Canada's Rock, CA, I believe it is. They have two radio stations, big ones. AOR FM out of Chatham and out of Windsor. It's 95 point something out there. Anyway, those stations are coming on board and like you're getting me right in the infancy of our campaign of work in radio. So they are just getting. You have this way before. Put it this way: you have the record way before radio has actually got it. So they're just getting it now. So, but some of them are coming on board. So it's all good. So yeah, if you want to just start hitting that, and there's I could go on and on. There's a big list of radio. We don't have enough time.
Yeah, I know.
I just gave you those ones. Let's start with them.
Yeah, well, the main ones, like where we can go and we can request
yeah, sure, that's
Automan's
good.
music and put the word out.
Yeah.
For the bands.
Hey, man, that's what it's all about. Word of mouth is king still in rock and roll.
Are you selling Automan CDs or merchandise and Killer Dwarf merchandise CDs still from your main MySpace sites or any main websites?
Yes. You can go to automan.ca. And you can buy all the stuff on Automan off that. Killer Dwarfs thing. There's the Killer Dwarfs MySpace, and there's also the Automan MySpace, which is just MySpace/AutomanCA. But that just takes you to automan.ca. So that's all you need to know about for what you can buy in T-shirts and whatnot off us. KillerDwarfs.com. Just go to that website. That's our band site. And whatever merchandise is not sold off, I'm sure it's still available there. I haven't been to that site to have a look in a while, as we're not touring the Killer Dwarfs together at this point. But the stuff's still there. There's records available still. I think BullseyeCanada.com has some product available, and the collectibles label in America has 2 or 3 of the Dwarf CDs still out selling. That's under Epic Records. So the collectibles is Sony. So yeah, just do a Google search if you want to buy any product. Just do a Google search. Put in Killer Dwarfs, and all the product will come up where you can buy it.
And you sell merchandise and CDs at your live shows as well?
Of course, yes.
Sweet. Okay.
Yeah.
I have a curious question. Do you have a lot of fans putting in requests for Automan music videos from Pocket Change?
Well, we haven't really done a video yet, so if we're having requests right now, I'm not aware of them because I haven't been told about it. So we are going to shoot videos for this record, so let's not forget this is our debut record. We're like a young band, man. This is our first record. Mm-hmm. So we will have video hopefully shot in the next 2 months, and I've been told that we will get ads by some people that are insiders from Much Music and Much Loud, and I've been told we will get ads, so you will be seeing Automan on Much Music and on Much Loud, I guess.
Hopefully Hollywood Music TV out of the USA.
You could be a big part of this. You really could. We plan on going to New York as well. There is some good stuff happening there, I can mention. There's a big radio program out of New York City called The Real Radio Show, and I'm going to be on this show. And apparently they're going to be doing a big concert at the B.B. King's Club in New York, and Automan will be on the bill. And I'm hearing all different things, such as maybe Rick Derringer might headline it. It's something that's going to happen in the next few months, so that's very cool, and I'm looking forward to that. I really want to go stateside, as I spent most of my career touring in the U.S., and I'm very fond of the fans in the U.S. They're very passionate about rock and roll, and that's somewhere where I want to make sure Automan spends a lot of time. In 2009, I plan on touring extensively throughout Texas and back in the markets where the Dwarfs were popular. And I think Automan is a very different band than Killer Dwarfs. It's a blues-rooted rock and roll band, is what Automan was, Dwarfs is more of a traditional metal type band. We're a very 70s sounding blues-rooted rock band, which is very popular from the Carolinas down to Florida, all through the South. That kind of music has never left, down there. They've supported it for the whole time since the 60s,
Yeah.
So that's kind of my targeted audience. So management and whatnot knows that, and we're working on tours with different promoters in the U.S. to get down there. We'll probably tour there a lot more than Canada in the next year, and that's sort of the plan, just to fill you in on that.
Okay, sounds fair.
Mm-hmm.
What about local gigs like the Hard Rock Cafe or some?
Well, we've kind of already done them. Say in August we played with Svengali at the Docks, which is now called the Sound Academy. So I have done some Toronto shows like right away. I went out. I did Lee's Palace, which is a club here, nice club, in August or early September. Was it? I think, yeah. And we did this Svengali reunion thing. We opened for Svengali. It was a great show, and those guys sounded great. Like they're a band from the '80s, but they sound better now than they did then. So we had fun at that, and that's kind of all I want to really do in the Toronto area. I can't stress enough that I really believe Automan should be on an opening slot at like Massey Hall or like a Live Nation type show. I mean, we've done our share of clubs. We're not really a club band.
Oh, I see. Okay.
That's all. I'm not saying like, I mean, you got to remember who you're talking to. I mean, I've been in this business 25 years. I'm not like a kid.
Okay.
I've kind of done that whole club, paying your dues thing.
Oh, okay.
I've done a lot of that in my life.
I didn't think you've been in, like, to look from your pictures, you don't look like you're,
Oh, here you go. Now you're stroking me. No, thank you. I've kept my youthful appearance.
Yes.
Some say it was the good cocaine in the 80s.
I don't know. You look quite young to me when I looked at your pictures. I can't just...
Thank you. I'm not technically old, but I am in my 40s, girl. I've been doing this a long time.
I can't believe you're in your 40s.
Yes, I am. My band is a little younger. They're in their 30s, but I am in my 40s now. Well, if you look back at the long career Killer Dwarfs had, the band was around a long time, so I wasn't in diapers when I was touring with that band. We were around in the 80s, 90s. Don't ask me where the time's gone. I don't know. Because to me, I really don't feel any different than I did when I was 22 playing at the Gasworks in Toronto. I really don't. But time marches on, and I'm a rock and roll soldier, and I'm not going to be going away anytime soon. And this band, Automan's got a lot to say, and these are very talented guys, and I'm just very proud of this record. I think the writing is top notch, and it's great production, and everybody that worked on it with me, is top notch, and I'm very excited about it, as you can tell.
And the fans are too. Like, I can't wait for the CD to come out.
All right, and that's good to hear, because without fans, I am nothing. So I am getting a very good response, by the way, from all media, and we got, I guess, apparently. The Sun in Canada it's gonna come out nationwide. They're doing a review on the record, and the Star will as well. So I'm very happy that kind of media is embracing this and taking me serious. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you even, this is great. I really appreciate the interview.
It's going to go on the Cambridge Reporter as well as my main website and my podcast site as well.
Yeah,
so
well, I really appreciate it. I just want to get the word out on this because it's not as easy as you think. Like,
no,
it's just people just think this stuff happens overnight or something, or just like you wave a wand and all of a sudden everybody knows you have a record out. It's like, even though I'm the profile musician I am, I've had to fight tooth and nail to get the word out about this band. This band's been around 4 years already.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's taken 4 years to get to here. So this stuff takes time. It's not like the band gets together and 5 months later you're in the studio and then Tina's calling me up and interviewing me. It's taken 4 years for you to know who we are.
Oh, that's sad. I didn't even find out about Automan until Willie Forrest told me.
Right, because he's my publicist. But I'm just saying, it's a work in progress. Like a band needs to mature to a point to get to a level of expertise as players. And, it takes time to get a band to mature to get a record out like Pocket Change. That record took the 4 years for a unit of 4 guys to get tight and create some magic. That's what I'm trying to say. This stuff is not, this doesn't happen overnight. I mean, you need to mature a little bit with a band to put out an album like Pocket Change, you know. This is really our second product we have out. We had the EP out 2 years ago. Like I said, it was like a calling card. If you listen to the EP, it's a little demo-ish and a little rough on the edges compared to Pocket Change. Pocket Change is the real deal, you know. So it's a work in progress, and I expect our next 2 records to climb way above Pocket Change. I mean, that's just, you hope you're going to progress every record. You look at any band's career, you know, you're hoping you're just going to go up and up with your writing and with everything, you know. Maturity, it's called, right?
Yeah, so coming out with Pocket Change, I guess, has been one of your biggest challenges in the last 4 years. You
got it. The biggest challenge in my career, because I wore all the hats. I was the producer, I'm the record company, I'm the singer, and the songwriter. I've never wore those hats in the Killer Dwarfs or Laidlaw. Oh, you know, the recording acts that I've been in, I didn't have those responsibilities. I didn't have those worries. This is the first band I've taken a challenge on like this, and hasn't come without, you know, a bit of a price. It's been quite stressful, but now that it's done, the rewards are what I'm getting now, you know, and the love is fucking amazing. Like, people are embracing it, and just, it's overwhelming, you know. I'm getting overwhelming requests to review the record like I've never seen before.
Oh yeah, it's good.
From people like yourselves, like all these magazines and all these radio stations, all these different blogs worldwide. I'm getting bombarded to send product to these people. So much so that I've actually done a whole brand new run of CDs that aren't the actual Pocket Change disc. It's the real CD, audio-wise, but I've created a whole new package for the press only. Like, I didn't send you one. I will if you want.
Sure.
But do you not have the CD already?
No, I don't.
You just have probably some of the tracks, right?
No, I don't got any of the tracks.
Oh, you don't? So you've just gone on what you've heard on the net and whatnot. There's samples all over it, right? Anyway, I'll have to send you one then. So you send me an email, and I'll send you these press copies of the disc, and really it is the real disc. It's just the packaging's a lot less, just so magazines can review it, you know, have a listen to it and review it.
Okay.
So that's what I'm doing right now.
Awesome. Sounds great. Okay.
Yep.
Before we wrap up our interview, do you have any last words?
Last words. My last words are, you know, get ready for this, and do not miss the band if we come to your town, please. Please come out and support the band live, because that's more important to me than anything. If we actually do get the band out on the road in the next little while, which takes a lot of work in itself to actually plan a tour and get a band out there, and that's expensive as well. If we do come to your town, please support that part of it and come and see this band live, because it is a great live band. It's really been built around a live show.
I've got one important question.
What?
If you do come to our town, are we allowed to take live videos and pictures of the band?
The only thing that you can't take is, well, I can't really stop that. We do not really want video shot.
Okay.
But all pictures, no problem. You
Okay.
take all the photographs you want all day long of the band. But you know what? To tell you the truth, video, when you say video, I'm thinking a guy sneaking in a camera like the old days. I mean, now a telephone is a phone, a cell phone is a video camera. So I can't stop that.
No, you can't.
So I'm going to tell you, don't take videos, because I don't like the videos, because they turn into all kinds of different things. And on the internet, you know, they can get on YouTube when you don't want that song on there. Maybe I'm trying out a new song and I don't want anybody to hear it, and it's somebody videotaped it and it gets on the internet before I want it to be released, you know. That's the only thing I don't like about video. But I can't stop it. If you're going to videotape it with your camera, you're going to do it. Nothing I can do about it. I'd rather you don't, but if you do, you do.
Some bands actually like it because they like the publicity, but they know what they're singing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they know what their song list is.
Publicity's great. I don't mind the publicity either. I just, with video, it's just, a lot of times it's bad quality, and, you know, that's the only thing with me. It's I know exactly what we're doing and all that. It's not that I'm not worried about the band's performance. The band's performance is the same all the time. You know, we're usually dead on all the time. It's not that. It's for me, it's more there's a lack of sound quality. You know, people might get the wrong idea, going, oh, the band doesn't sound that good. Well, maybe it doesn't sound that good because it's on a little cell phone, you know, condenser mic that sounds like crap.
Yeah,
that's my biggest problem with that.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yep, I understand.
I mean, otherwise, if you want to come in and shoot high-quality video and sneak it out to the internet of the band on a good night when women have their tops off and throwing bras at me, go ahead, do it. Love it.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
So, yeah, you can take all the pictures you want of us when we come to your town. No problem.
Sweet.
I
Okay.
hope to see you maybe sooner than later, actually, in the Cambridge area.
Are you in the Cambridge area?
No.
Oh,
I'm saying we would tour there first before we'll play another Toronto show.
awesome.
Yeah, like soon as any offer at all before Christmas that comes in for that area, I will go play there.
Okay.
Because I like playing that whole area. I love Kitchener, big fan of London. I always had just nothing but, enthusiastic fans there. They know how to rock that whole area.
Mm-hmm.
That whole area, really, there's a big difference. Like, I mean, people like to, get a good buzz and go out and see a band out there still.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, and that's very important.
Yeah.
Not everywhere is like that. It's slowly coming back, but it's not back really like the good old days.
Some places are really spoiled and they don't really care.
That's what I see.
Because they're so
I
spoiled.
hate to say that, but
And there's other places that don't get enough entertainment, and when it does come to town, they go wild.
yeah. Well, Toronto's a spoiled ass town. I'll tell you that. That's why I'm not really playing any more shows here unless it's at a bigger level, because they've seen the band enough, I guess, in the last little bit, and it's. I don't know. Toronto is very healthy rock scene at a concert level. There isn't a concert that doesn't sell out in this town. Look what AC/DC's doing when they come here.
Mm-hmm.
They're playing the
yeah.
Sky Dome, or the Rogers Center it's called now, which I can't really get my head around saying the Rogers Center, but I will. I think they're doing 2 sold-out shows. They got one now, and I think there's another one being added. It's just a rumor. I say there's going to be another show added. So, AC/DC can come to town and play a giant venue like that and do that well. All these other bands come to town, do the ACC. Even the Backstreet Boys, for Christ's sake, sold out the ACC 2 nights in a row. Come on! What are the old mothers now on with that show? So, I'm just saying, like, it's a very healthy concert scene here, but the bar scene is just not happening in Toronto.
Yeah.
It's not. It's just not being supported by the bass rocker fans. They're not going out. They're not really going out to see bands. I'm not seeing the support. I don't see it. And I lived in the glory days in this town where 500 people would go to every club every night and go see a band. In 1985 to 1994, bars were jammed to see anybody, any rock band could go out and support. Well, those days are gone. So it's nice to go to some of these markets like Cambridge and places like that they want to come out. They come out once a week maybe. That's good enough. But if the clubs have their one rock night that really jams and sells out, that's a very positive thing for the music business.
Yeah, it is. Because there's not much entertainment that comes to our little town, and when it does, everybody goes nuts.
And that's good.
Yeah.
That's really good to hear. I heard, I think one of the latest shows a friend of mine went to that he said it was just ballistic was the band Airborne from Australia. You know this band?
Not familiar with it.
They're a new band on Roadrunner Records, and they're from Australia. They're called Airborne. You should go do a little Google on them. They're kind of taking off right now. They're getting pretty big actually. And I think they played out your way, Kitchener. They played Kitchener.
Yeah.
And my buddy went to the show. This was 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. There's a main club there. I forget the name of it, but they sold it out, and he said it was just phenomenal. It was like mayhem, and people going nuts, like really supporting it, really into it. Talking 600 people.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, very healthy. So that's what I'm looking at. That's what I want to do. I want to get out and play for some of those fans.
I'm trying to think of the name of the club. It's on the top of my tongue.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, I can't remember because I know somebody that I know from out there told me the name of the club. I haven't been out to Cambridge in quite a while to play a show.
It's 10 minutes from where I live, and I'm trying to think,
I think it used to be kind of a disco-type place, and then they changed it now into like a rock club, too. It used to be a dance club, big dance club.
Yeah, exactly.
And now it's like they have live music twice a week or maybe even once a week. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, you'll probably think about it when we're done the interview.
I probably will.
So, all right, it's been great talking to you.
Okay, great talking to you too.
Really. So I guess keep in touch with me.
Okay.
I'll send that stuff out to you, and then just everybody go to automan.ca if you want to get on a copy of this before the price goes up. You can get it at www.automan.ca. Okay, until probably the new year, and then it goes to retail and whatnot.
Okay, sounds great.
Okay, Tina.
All right.
Great talking to you.
Great talking to you.
Bye.
Bye.